Afternoon, guys. How you doing? You're watching Arkenskai again, and welcome back to Subnautica. Now, this is the third one in the series I've done. I must admit, I've jumped on quite a long way since the last episode. I remember saying at the end of it, I was going to do a bit of exploring around, generally getting to grips with the environment, trying to find a few useful minerals, some bits and pieces I can use to build up some more tools and equipment, and generally trying to establish myself a little bit better within the game itself. So, couple of points I'd like to make a note of, because some interesting things have happened during that time. Firstly, I have moved out of my little pod. I just got to the, I think the end of the last episode, I just about got it all up and running, which it now is, but I've since gone and moved out. I just started building the foundations of my little sea base, as it were. So I'll take a little trundle over that, and I'm going to show you where we got to with that. There was a couple of places not too far from here where I ended up going and hunting down some old crashed pods. I had some radio transmissions come in that sort of then popped up on my map. I think actually some of them are showing up anyway. Oh, there's one down there, so Life Pod 7's over there. That's my one. A new Life Pod over there. So they seem to be cropping up on a daily basis now of new places to go and find stuff from. So I went over to there and just hunted around. I found a whole bunch of additional stuff which I've been able to use to construct the Sea Glide, which I wanted to do, the little battery-powered sea propeller thing, which has made getting around a hell of a lot easier, but that was very quickly short-lived, and then I made my next priority starting to build my base up, get a bit of a home where I could store lots of stuff, and start building a bit of an infrastructure. So, and I moved on a little bit further. You can see there, I now have my little sea moth as well, my little underwater sea car, which was actually the last thing I'd finished and got myself last night. So hopefully that'll mean I can start exploring a lot more. And also I managed to build the sea moth. I had to create this little sea vehicle bay, which apparently is a permanent fixture now once it's here. That'll just stay there and I can use that to make stuff from. Anyway, as you can see, I've built myself a little base on top of the platform, which I did at the end of the previous video. I haven't actually done any real expansion anywhere else. I've not built anything anywhere apart from here, so I've just been putting it together. Built myself some solar panels, just with some quartz and titanium, I think it was. And on the inside, Captain, I like that. I got some blueprints from a battery charger that was at a wreck over on one of the pods. Well, by one of the pods that I had a radio beacon for. There was like a massive wreck, like a massive chunk of like another Aurora or something. I don't know. But I went and had a look around there, and I found some blueprints for a battery charger. I found the Sea Moth blueprints over there. They are out sort of to the north, I guess. So to the back of the Aurora. Anyway, we just kept heading in that direction. We found it. Some bits of a prawn suit, which having looked up, it seems to be like a big mechanical suit you can use later on in the game once I found the rest of that. And a still suit as well. And most importantly, I managed to find a radiation suit, because I was looking at having to build one of those. But fortunately came across one at another wreck, which means that at some point in the not too distant future I can go and jump in the Aurora and start having a look around in there, because I think there's some stuff. There's bound to be a huge amount of equipment in there that would be really helpful. So anyway, let me give you a little tour of my new home then. So I've got my little bench in here, somewhere I can have a little sit, enjoy the view, look around. How awesome is that? I got a door there. I kind of ran out of building materials because I was just trying to stockpile a ton of stuff. So I built myself a fabricator, so I no longer have to use the one that's in the pod. I've got the battery charger, like I said, which is great, which now means I can just charge up all my batteries and just keep them in a cycle. One thing I want to add to this really soon is a power cell charger, because the Sea Moth uses power cells, and I assume they're rechargeable. I think I've heard somewhere that they are, so I want to make myself one of those. Got a new med kit fabricator as well. I can still pop up and use the one that's in the other pod, so I got a nice inflow of med kits. Comms relay, which is in here, so all of my messages now come into here, so I no longer have to go to the other one at all. And I built myself a mass storage. So at the moment I've got a whole bunch of minerals and base materials in here which I can use and chop in and out as I want to. This one I did a stockpiling at the end of my little session last night of just collecting water, because it was becoming something I kept forgetting to do, and obviously I'm dying more often than I should be by neglecting the whole food and eating thing. Good. This was kind of my equipment bit. I've got another battery in there as well. Awesome. Oh, I'm also going to put that fire extinguisher because I've just been up to my old pod to clean out the last of the storage that's in there. And I've also found there's a purple artifact. Now, I'll go into this a little bit more detail. When I was in the midst of building all this, I was spending it was a good few hours I'd spent doing this over the course of the last couple of evenings, trying to progress it, so it made it a bit more interesting for you guys rather than watching me do piece by piece by piece. It did take a long time. And then I kept getting messages from the sunbeam. Sunbeam? I'm sure it was a sunbeam. I had a whole load of messages. I'm sure it was a sunbeam anyway. And then it popped up on my display, like Live Pod 7 is showing up there. It came with a countdown timer saying the sunbeam was going to arrive. So I thought, well, that's interesting. Let's go and have a little look. So I packed a load of batteries, and I didn't have my Seamoth at the time, so I just wandered off in that direction with my Sea Glide and came across a big island with a mountain on it, which I had heard of previously. I had no idea where they are. I mean, I don't know anything about the map here. I don't really know where anything is. I'm just really figuring that out as I go. So I found the island, and I have every intention of going and doing some more exploring of that today, or around that area, to see what else I can find in the sea around it. But as you guys will be able to start seeing now, there's this like massive building over there. I don't know what the hell it was at the time, but it turned out to be some like enormous gun of some kind, really kind of alien-y. And I was standing on the point, as you'll probably, hopefully be seeing if I've managed to do this all right. And then this big building just turned around and pointed at the ship, which I thought was coming to rescue me, and I thought this was about to take an interesting turn. I was going to get off the planet and shot the fucker down. So, no, not going anywhere. I'm still stuck here, so I've got to continue my fight for survival. So that was about the most interesting thing that happened. So it's given me a little area to go and explore a little bit further, and that's basically what I want to do with today. Because there's a couple of other things I would like to build if I can. I'd love to get hold of a propulsion cannon, because that just seems like a really funky thing. That was one of the things I was playing around with in the sandbox area, and that just seemed like a lot of fun, and I have a lot of uses. And ultimately, my goal today is to try and find a power cell charger to try and make myself a bit more self-sufficient. So, anyway, that's enough talking. Let's get on and have a bit of a go, shall we? Right, so I've packed myself a little bit of a lunch and some med kits and some food and water and bits and pieces just for my little journey. So let's pop outside. I also just a moment ago thought, because I'm not too sure whether or not I can recharge battery packs, I just created myself another power cell for this. I think you can. I don't know if you can actually change them or not, but so that's there. That's my pod. So I'm pretty sure the island was this way. So let's just go and have a little look, see what we can find. This is all very open and very deep. Behave. Just around the corner here was that great big cannon. What the fuck is all this? Well, that all goes down a really long way. Oh, that's one of those warpers. Apparently they can attack you, so I'm just going to stay away from him.
Caution, passing safe depth.
Okay, that's as deep as we can go in this. The fuck was that? Oh. A little jiggly shark thing. I realise I'm not saying a huge amount right now. There's so much here. There's another one of them. Oh, fuck, what was that? Okay then. Let's go and have a look. This wasn't really part of today's plan, but let's go have a look around. Because I had that, like, I think purple artifact, which I fear I have left. What the fuck? Do I do something with that? Do with that. The music has suddenly got rather tense. All I wanted was to make a battery charger. Or a knife. Safe with a knife. Ah. Not even sure I can remember the way out at the moment. Oh, the artifact is a key. I'm gonna go back and get the key. I want to know what's in there now. I can't leave this alone. I'm gonna have to find out. I'll be right back, as if by magic, in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I went back to my base and I got myself my little artifact I had before, and I've come back to the beach now. The game seems to have glitched out on me a little bit here, insofar as it seems to think I'm still inside here. So when I got out of my pod, I literally just fell to the bottom of the ocean. So I can't swim at the moment. So I found another door on the side here, which I managed to put the artifact in there. It says I can scan that. I don't know quite what's going on there. But either way, it's opened up the little door here, so I'm a little bit wary about going in the sea at the moment, because I fear I'm just going to fall to the bottom of the sea and that'll be the end of it. So, just coming in this way and seeing what we can find through here instead. I've still got that ion core, I thought about leaving it back at the base, but I wasn't entirely sure what it did, so I thought it might be more use to me here than it is over there. So anyway, we'll see. This could all go horribly wrong in a minute as soon as I try and go back into the sea. Oh, hello. Pretty lights.
Unknown language. Attempting translation.
You do that. So my whole
Integrating new PDA data.
my plan for battery chargers has gone out the window. I want to explore this place now. Oh, there's another ion thing. I don't know what you're supposed to do with these exactly. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Oh, you can run. That'll speed things along a little.
Unknown language. Attempting translation. Integrating new PDA data.
Oh, what is this? Third floor, menswear. I don't have an artifact. Can I go back up or not? It seems yes. So it would seem I need another key card type thing. I found the other one outside on the beach, so let's go and have a little look around there. I wonder if I actually swim yet, or if it's still glitching out. Oh, thank God for that! I can swim again! I'm so happy. Oh, I can scan you. Cyclops engine! That's the great big submarine thing. Oh, I was really worried that my the whole game was going to be fucked. So that's good. I'm happy now. Right, I want to go out for a little bit. I want to see if I can find this other key card thing, because I feel that's what we're going to need in order to get into the control room. So when I found that, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've had to come back to my base getting so into what I was trying to achieve there, trying to find all those key cards and getting into the main bulk of the gun to try and disable it, I kind of neglected that I might be dying of starvation and thirst, so I had to kind of drop everything and run like hell back to my little base because I'd run out of food and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to leave this one here for now because I want to go away and try and find the rest of those key cards and see if I can't get myself into the areas I need to disable that gun. That's kind of my new mission. I realise I've achieved nothing I said I wanted to as far as this episode is concerned, but it's okay. It's been interesting. I found some new stuff and I'll look to just continue with it next time, and I might go and see if I can find the battery charging stuff just for my little infrastructure and keep that just something I'll do on the side, so that during these episodes we can just go and explore the place and see what fun and exciting things we can find. So anyway, I hope that was okay for you guys, and I'll see you next time.